So I had been coloring this beautiful page, and I have to say, this is not what I am coloring. This is the original, this is a print of the original painting. And here on the other side is the coloring page. And I've been coloring this not yesterday, but the day before in the evening. And it became dark and I had to stop. But I really want to continue exploring Erogiten pencils. I'm going to color this one with only Erogiten pencils. I have been doing a little bit of coloring yesterday. These trees. I was here in the multifunctional Passion for Pencils headquarters, which is also my room where I do the laundry, that is to say the ironing. So I had to do some ironing and then I couldn't resist. Let's see, this is not a pencil that I want to use. Let's try this one, Chestnut Brown. Now, if you feel insecure about shading, layering, choosing colors, then a coloring book like this, where the original painting is also in the book, can help you to explore the choices the artist made while painting the original painting. You can just follow the colors that you see in the original painting, and that will give you a feel of how different colors relate to each other, work together, how shading works. It may not be so creative to just copy the original painting, but it is a great way of learning. And if you want to improve a skill, you need to learn. It's a very joyful coloring book, this book about the American National Parks, and that has everything to do with the fact that my husband and I have been visiting quite a few of these beautiful parks. And this, the paintings in this book, the paintings are made by an artist called Dowdle, and he puts a lot of tiny little things into his paintings, and that makes it just so nice to watch. For example, there are a couple of bears in this painting, and deer, and I don't know what is this? A fox, beaver, this is elk. Well, there are little birds in the trees, a lot of owls. We will get to them once as I progress with the coloring. Then we will find, here is a little bear and a little bear, another little bear. Brown bears, no, I mean black bears, but they can be brown. But in the painting, it is a black bear, but I'm going to make it brown first, a little bit. Cedar wood. Those black bears in America, they have all sorts of colors, from very light brown to completely black. I've seen brown black bears, and in Canada we saw black black bears. Nope. So these are just the first layers of color. Oh. Let's try this one, Tombow Erogitan, Ivory Black. As far as I can see, there's one black, and there are only a couple of grays. There are a lot of grayish colors, but true gray is but if you are a painter, if you have a little bit experience with painting, then you know that you can mix your grays out of other colors. This black is not so strong, but I didn't think it would be a strong black, because these Irojiten pencils are quite hard pencils, and they don't give their color as easily as Prismacolor Premier, Carandache, Faber-Castell, the Polychromos. Let's try a little bit of green here on these. There are all sorts of pine trees and fir and all sorts of trees. Cactus green. Cactus green. Well, let's see. I received this book as a gift, and it has been waiting to start using, and well, it felt like this is the time. I'm putting a little bit more color here and there to create a sense of shading, just a little bit. This is just the first layer. And I would like to find out how many layers you can put down with these Erogitan pencils. This is olive yellow. And the subtlety of these Erogitan pencils, just, I love it. If you like coloring with bold, strong colors, then Erogitan may not be the right choice for you. But if you love subtlety, muted tones, then you know this could be a great match. When you combine them with other pencil brands, however, sometimes you will notice, this is Narcissus, very light yellow. Let's see if we can, yes, it works. If you combine them with other pencils, then these Erogitans might, you know, they might not survive the power of the other colors of the other pencil brands, but I do use them quite often, the Erogitan, in the first layers, and especially in the more subtle areas. They just work wonderful. A beautiful, beautiful dark tone, spruce. I gave all the pencils a sharp point before using them. Look at that. I'm making small circles. The type of stroke that I use, pencil stroke, depends on the pencil, the type of the paper, and the effect I want to create. So, and I'm just exploring right now, using circles or strokes straight strokes next to each other. Just lovely. Lovely, 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 lovely. The warm weather in the Netherlands is gone. If you have been watching my other videos, then you may have noticed that it was very hot in the Netherlands. But now it is raining. It is not so warm anymore. It's about 70 degrees, I think. Around 20 degrees Celsius. I'm trying to remember the Fahrenheit numbers with the Celsius numbers, but wow. I know 75 degrees Fahrenheit is 25 degrees Celsius, so I'll try to remember that. So far, so good. Let's do a little bit more. Oil yellow. I'm going to use it here on this wapiti deer, elk. And the first encounter with elk, well, we have a similar type of deer, the European red deer. It is, they are cousins, I think. But our first encounter with wapiti was in Rocky Mountain National Park in Colorado, near Denver. We arrived there in our RV, in a camper van, and then we suddenly heard strange whistle, high tones, echoing in the mountains, and let's pick a slightly darker tone, maple sugar. Yeah, there were strange high pitch sounds, and we stopped the car and listened to it, and we just didn't know what it was. We thought it doesn't sound like wolves, but then what is it? And then eventually we encountered these wapiti deer, and it was the end of September, so they were in rut. It was the mating season, and then we found out that this high pitch sound came from wapitis. Absolutely beautiful sound. It was very this is chestnut brown. It was very intriguing. It gave a very special feeling, like you are really in the wilderness. I couldn't find the color that I wanted to use for this, what I'm doing right now. I am looking for a cool dark brown, but that is not in the not available in the Erogitan set. So I'm using this chestnut brown, and then I will add a touch of gray to make it look less warm. This is a color called taupe, a grayish color. I was looking for a color like sepia, dark sepia, but that is a dark brown and a cool dark brown, and it is not in this set. So I have to be creative, but that's okay. These wapiti elk, they are quite big animals. They are slightly larger than their European cousins. But the European red deer, they have bigger antlers. What's this? Terracotta. Quite warm too. Well, let's put it in. And this is the black pencil. That eye needs to be black. So. This black pencil is not so very strong. No. But none of the Erogitans are. Let's take a touch of this chestnut here. It looks a bit sketchy, but well, I hope things will improve. I'm sure they will. Well, this is crimson. It is a red, but I'm going to use it in a tree. Just a very light touch. Let's see what happens. It feels like this crimson is a little bit softer than the other pencils. I'm not sure if that is really true, but it feels that way. It gives its color quite easily. And this is cinnamon. That mixes well together. And there's a hard chunk in the lead. You won't find that in Carandash or Faber-Castell Polychromos. I've had chunks in my Roundel pencils. But they are almost 20 years old. And a lot has changed in the manufacturing of pencils, I think. More and more pencil brands are starting pencils that are unbreakable leads. That is very, very nice. Oh, that's not. That should be white. That is part of the deer. Well, we can test. Here is my electrical eraser. Let's see if it is. No problem at all. Now these little animals, I think they are nocturnal. But what is their name? This is an animal that is not, we don't have them in, not in the Netherlands. I think it is an opossum. Could that be? We don't have opossum type animals in Europe. Not that I know of. So according to the painting here on the left page, these tiny animals have pink feet. I don't know if that is true, but I actually like that. So I am using orchid pink. And let's give a little bit more color to this wooden entrance. Sage green, beautiful, beautiful color. A grayish green. It's not that I want to make this entrance look green, it's just to give a touch of extra depth in the wood. This is cinnamon again. And I think I will also need to use blue to achieve a more cooler tone of brown. Let's try that. I'm going to use this one, lapis lazuli. Well, I doubt if there is really lapis lazuli in this pencil, because if there would be, then this pencil would be extremely expensive. Lapis lazuli is the famous pigment made out of a gemstone, a blue stone. Absolutely gorgeous pigment. You can buy it here in the Netherlands. It is available, but extremely expensive. But my art store, my favorite art store in Rotterdam, they have it. You can buy it there. So I will just put in a touch of blue here and there too. And here is chestnut brown again. So this is it so far. Let's do a little bit more. A little bit. I have to stop because I have work to do, but just another 5 minutes. How about this one? Peacock blue. For this little tree. And this one, mint green. And then this one, teal blue. Wow, this is a gorgeous, gorgeous color, I think. I feel like making small circles is working best for these pencils in combination with this type of paper. And here is a turquoise. I think that little tree needs a little bit more green. I made it quite blue, but now I'm going to add green. Spruce, dark green. Look at that. Oh dear, I really have to stop now. There's work that needs to be done. Look at all those gorgeous pencils. Wow. Now, this is it so far. And I will continue this. But I doubt if the Erogitans are able to get... I don't think so. But that is okay, because subtlety has its own beauty, but we will find out. So I'll be back with this drawing, and well, hope you enjoyed this one, and see you in the next one. Bye bye.